So how can you prove that the sum of the nth roots of unity is 0? So to start with, the nth roots of unity are the solutions to the equation z to the power n is equals to 1. That is, z to the power n is equals to 1. Now, where z is a complex number, of course, so we can write this in polar form. And this written in polar form, first of all, we can say this is z being equals to 1 raised to the power 1 over n. So using De Moivre's theorem, then this means that zk is equals to cos 1 over n multiplied by the theta that we have, then plus sine 1 over n multiplied by theta. So this is if you apply De Moivre's theorem, because we know that this is given by cos theta plus I sine theta raised to the power 1 over n, like that. Alright, so now we know what our theta is. Since the complex number is just 1, so that is in the completely positive x-axis, which is just 2 pi. So we can say zk is equal to the complex number cos our theta is 2 pi, and this is multiplied by k because you know that it can be a multiplier, plus I sine 2 pi k divided by n, like this. So if this is z, we know that this is for all k is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, it goes on all the way up to n minus 1. Now, in exponential form, zk can be written as e raised to the power 2 pi ik divided by n, like this. So that's how we present it in exponential form. So this means that to express the sum of the nth roots of unity, the sum s of the nth roots will be given by the following expression. So sum of terms, we'll just use s for sum, like this. So this is equal to the summation. So k starts from 0. Then this is all the way up to n minus 1, like we said there, so all the way to n minus 1. So this is for zk. But we know that this zk, we've written it in exponential form. So from k is equal to 0 all the way up to n minus 1. In exponential form, that is just written as e to the power 2 pi ik divided by n. All right. So now we're going to say this sum is the sum of the geometric series. Now, since we're using the sum of the geometric series, we can find first the first term as well as the second term. That will help us to find the value of r. So the formula for the geometric series sum, since we have the summation, the formula is given by s is equals to a, open bracket, 1 minus r raised to the power n, and all this is over 1 minus r. Now, this is the formula we're going to use to prove that is equal to 0. But to start with, let's find the first term and the second term. The reason why we wanted those two terms is because we need to find the first term, which is a. Then we also need to find the common ratio. Now, the common ratio is found by saying the second term divided by the first term. So let's start by finding the first term first. So the expression that we've been given is e raised to the power 2 pi ik over n. Now remember, since it's the first term, then this means that our k value is 0. So if k is 0 for the first term, this means that this will be e raised to the power 0, meaning that our first term is 1. So we can say first term is 1. Now, if we divide the first two terms, our term 2 will be e raised to the power 2 pi I, then I replace k with 1 divided by n. Now this whole thing is divided by the first term, and remember the first term, we just found that the first term is 1. So since I'm dividing by 1, it means that the common ratio is simply e raised to the power 2 pi I divided by n. Right, so now that I have those two, I can go ahead and substitute in the formula that we have. So the sum. So now let's do the substitution. We can say that s is equals to, we have our first term, which is 1, and that would be 1 minus r raised to the power n. Now remember, the r, which is the common ratio, we have it already. So I'll write it as e raised to the power 2 pi I over n, and this r is raised to the power n, according to our formula there. I can do it like this. And all this is divided by 1 minus r again. So this is e raised to the power 2 pi I over n. So s is equals to, so in the numerator there, we can say that, we can say open bracket 1 minus. So what will happen is that this n here and that n cancels out. If that happens, then the only thing we'll remain with will be e to the power 2 pi I, like that. This is over 1 minus e to the power 2 pi I over n. Alright, so now if you want to understand how to break down this part, we need to first look at what it means. When we say e to the power 2 pi I in polar form, this means that this is cos 2 pi plus I sine 2 pi. Because the angle given there is 2 pi and I because it's a complex number. Then this means that e to the power 2 pi I is equals to, now cos 2 pi is 1 plus I sine 2 pi is 0. So this means that e to the power 2 pi I is equals to 1 plus 0, which is just 1. So if that's the case, we can now go ahead and substitute and say this will be equals to, so open bracket, we have 1 minus 1, because e to the power 2 pi I is just 1. And this, of course, is over 1 minus e to the power 2 pi I divided by n. Now, 1 minus 1 is 0. So that will be 0 divided by 1 minus e to the power 2 pi I over n. So this just means that the whole thing is 0. Hence, this shows that the sum of the nth roots of unity is simply equals to 0. So the sum is equals to 0 as expressed like that. So this is how you show that the sum of the nth term of unity is equals to 0.